A week of protests across the valley against President Donald Trump's policies and Elon Musk's role. The vast majority of the marchers were peaceful, others getting out of hand after dark.
Okay to feel angry, but it's not okay to act on that.
Before and after one of the marches, dozens of people stopped at the offices of Senators Mark Kelly and Ruben Gallego. They say they're outraged at what Trump and Musk have done during less than 3 weeks in office and frustrated by Democratic office holders' reaction. One of those office holders is first-term Democratic Congresswoman Yassamin Ansari of Phoenix. She joins us now from Washington, D.C. Welcome back to Square Off.
Thank you so much for having me.
Do you understand Democratic voters' frustration with the representatives right now?
Look, Bram, it's a terrifying time to be an Arizonan or American in this country. I have been in Congress for just about a month, a little over a month, and within just the first 18 days of the Trump presidency have been on the front lines of fighting back and doing everything in my power and alongside House Democrats to fight back against this administration. Let me break it down a little bit. At this point, there have been quite a few illegal executive orders from the Trump administration. Elon Musk, an unelected billionaire, and Doge, who are, from what we know, very, just young people, some 22-year-olds without any sort of vetting whatsoever, have gained access to Americans' private data within a number of agencies. They're illegally trying to take down agencies like USAID, the Environmental Protection Agency, that are congressionally approved and mandated agencies. So I've been on the front lines yesterday. This week alone, we have gone to the EPA, to the Treasury, and have been fighting back and I actually tried to go inside the building and talk to members of Doge along with Senator Markey. They would not even let us into the building as senators and members of Congress. I also serve on the House Oversight Committee, which is the main committee that is responsible for oversight of the government and the administration. We tried to subpoena Elon Musk, and not one Republican was willing to vote yes to say Elon Musk should come in and answer questions about what he's doing with your data, with your health care, with your information, and with the programs that, again, have been authorized by Congress. So it is a terrifying time. And again, we are taking we're using every tool in our toolbox to fight back.
So there's the fighting back. What is the most effective tool right now? It seems really, so far, it's just the courts, and even they might not provide the protection that many people want.
Couple of things. The courts are vital. We've already seen a number of the illegal executive orders blocked by judges, such as the illegal action to end birthright citizenship, which is in our Constitution. Last night, there was also a stay of the attempt to get rid of federal workers in the government. So the courts are critical. We also really need movement from Republican colleagues in Congress. It is unacceptable that Republicans in Congress, who it's their job to, you would hope, believe in the three branches of government, and they are not standing up to this administration. They are allowing a hostile takeover of the government by Elon Musk, not showing 1 ounce of accountability or standing up to that. And it's going to be a huge detriment to our national security, to our public health. It is highly concerning. So I do recommend that people really channel their energy also into calling Republican members of Congress and asking them why they are allowing this to happen and why they are not standing up to the unconstitutional actions that the administration is taking.
Does the government funding deadline, March 14th, does that provide an opportunity for Democrats, the minority party, to get some kind of grip on what's going on?
Potentially. I mean, we've already seen rifts within House Republicans, especially when it comes to funding and the budget. And so from what I have heard, they are not in alignment over that. And so given how close their majority is in the House of Representatives, just a couple of seats, it's actually one of the closest margins in American history. So any rifts in their caucus could provide room for Democrats, and it could also just demonstrate that they don't know how to govern. I mean, they're not doing anything. President Trump has majorities in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, but yet he's choosing to utilize illegal executive orders to do everything it is that he wants to do. Why is that? Americans should be asking themselves that. He has Republican majorities in the House and the Senate. They should be taking those routes to get things done.
A careful listener might say, in the end, there's really not much Democrats can do as a party, as they don't have the White House, the Senate, or the House. And is it just kind of keep calling when you have an administration that clearly is not listening to those calls?
It is very tough. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but I don't want to also underestimate the power that the American people have. Democracy relies on the public paying close attention to what is happening and voicing concerns when illegal actions are taking place and when our national security is at stake and our public health is at stake. This week, I signed on to legislation called the Taxpayer Data Protection Act. This shields the American people from Elon Musk's power grab and make sure that the personal, confidential information of the American people is protected. I urge Republican colleagues to sign on to this. It's pretty basic legislation that I would hope that they align with. So really, I've been encouraged to see mobilizations happening not only here in Washington, D.C., but across the country. But we really do need, again, the support of the American people and Arizonans to ask their representatives in Congress, the Republican representatives, why they're allowing an unelected billionaire to literally seize control of government agencies that have been approved and mandated by Congress.
All right. Congresswoman Ansari, we're going to have to end it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.